It's about time we got a proper FM23 save going on the channel now, isn't it? Having last had a real long-term save with Andorra on FM20, and after a sweeping victory in the community poll, it's time for the Liechtensteiner. So the concept here is a familiar one for those of you who know the San Marino or Andorra Double challenges. I've taken charge of FC Vaduz, Liechtenstein's biggest club, but also a member of the Swiss Challenge League. And I've also taken the helm of the Liechtenstein national team. Our aim will be to turn FC Vaduz into a dominant team in Swiss football, and by association improve the fortunes of the Liechtenstein national team. Now, I'm not aiming for Champions League or World Cup glory per se, although I wouldn't say no to it. But at the very least, we want to see tiny Liechtenstein qualify for a major international tournament. How many seasons do you think that will take? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, this could end up being both a Let's Play series and a Football Manager 100 years into the future video. But anyway, we're in the game now, we're in the job, so let's take a look at the club, at the squad, and see what we're dealing with. So we have a core of Liechtensteiner players in the squad, quite a few Swiss players, and a few from Kosovo and Austria as well. Sandro Weiser is a key player, but we're going to have to wait a while to see him in action as he has a broken leg at the start of the game. Aside from him, our best Liechtensteiner player is Nicholas Hassler, whom we will hopefully soon guide to 100 caps. Tunahan Cicek is our best Swiss player and will be someone we look to for goals, which will hopefully be supplied by Christian Dobras on the left wing. Our best young talent is Dejan Djokic, a Swiss-Bosnian striker. And another young star bringing some refreshment to the midfield, it's Pepsi. Hit the like button if that reminds you of Demand More FM. And our final player to spotlight, Milan Gajic, who brings some veteran experience and could help out Liechtenstein. As when the game begins, we see he is just 3 days away from qualifying for Liechtensteiner nationality. So could we persuade him to represent our tiny nation at the age of 35? Well, I've skipped ahead a couple of weeks now, and we see already a promising number of players are taking up Liechtensteiner citizenship, including Milan Gajic. I mean, he hasn't declared for us yet, but we're certainly going to try and call him up for that first squad. But with this many players taking up citizenship because they want an EU passport, or they think they're good enough to play for Liechtenstein, I've made sure I've got the Brazilian leagues loaded and Argentina as well, so I can snap up some of those regens. The youth teams at FC Vaduz will also be key for club and country, and we start with adequate and average facilities, so we'll be looking to build those up. And the head of youth development we've been given at the start is a regen Max Kaiser, with a high working with youngsters stat, decent determination, tactical and playing styles that suit my own, and at least a second preferred formation that's one of my preferred formations. I think we'll keep this one, at least for now. Pre-season brought some encouraging results, including a 4-2 win over Ligue 2 team Grenoble, and a hard-fought draw with PSV. Now, if our opening league game against Aarau is any indication, boy, we're in for one hell of a ride with FC Vaduz. A shocking error from fullback Golzer didn't get my reign off to a great start, with the same player at fault 8 minutes later as we went 2 goals down. A penalty gave us a way back into the match, Tunahan Cicek converting. Liechtenstein number 1 Bukel kept us in it with this save, but then made a rash decision to come off his line and we went 3-1 down. That was not the end of the first half action though, as Dobras fired in this thunderbolt. After an action-packed first half, there was only 1 goal in the second, thankfully for us, as Dobras again tucked home from an acute angle this time. Wow, what a match to kick this career off with. Our first win would come on match day 2, Ishik heading in late on, as we beat Stade Lausanne Uchi 1-0. We did suffer a dip after that though, losing 2-1 to Lausanne the following week, and 1-0 to Ville just after. But there was a reason for that, as at the same time FC Vaduz were competing in the Europa Conference League qualifying rounds. We started with what I considered to be a tough opener away to Macedonia, but it was nothing of the sort. 3-0 up by half-time, and going on to get a comfortable 4-0 win. The return leg was a formality as we won 3-1 to set up a third qualifying round tie with FC 20. Now, I wasn't expecting much here. We're after all a Swiss second-tier team going up against an Eredivisie side. Now, of course, we'd had that draw with PSV in pre-season, but this was real competitive action. and my fears seemed valid as we went behind early on, and then found ourselves 3-0 behind in the second half. But we rallied late on, Tunahan Cicek pulling one back after a fine run by Behluli, before Gabriel Ishik grabbed us a second late on to make the match 3-2 and give us a decent chance of getting a result in the home leg. And that's what we're going to do right now, complete with all the licensed graphics and everything, all the bells and whistles for this Conference League qualifier. Alright, the roof's getting in the way a bit there, but can we do it against FC20? Let's find out. So here we go. There is an early highlight, and we just give it away to our opponents. Vlap on the run, an early goal for FC20. Well, they would love that. An early goal for us would be much, much better, though. There's a bit of back and forth here, but Fair has got it. Fair's been a good player for us so far. He gives it away, though, just as I say that, and yeah, Plaschk has scored for FC20. Not the start we were looking for, of course. In real life, FC Vaduz have qualified for the group stage of the Conference League this season, but I don't think that's happening here. I mean, halfway through the first half, look at this. 20 have had 2 shots, and they've scored both of them. We've had none, and we've scored none of them. All right, few harsh words at halftime in the dressing room. Hopefully that's going to spur some kind of reaction. A shot would be nice. I don't think we're going to score 3 though. All right, we've got a highlight. We're starting with the ball. We almost give it away, but we've still got it. So this is progress. This is much better. Hopefully we're going to, create something out of this now. 20 minutes left on the clock. So, it wouldn't be impossible for us to get back in this, but we need something right now. But no, the ball over the top was overhit and the defender deals with it easily. We get another chance now, though. The substitute looking to get one into the centre. But again, we give it away. And here come FC20. They've just been too good for us today. They came here knowing that they needed to take an early lead. And now they've added the third. That's it. Game over. All right, we've got a throw in here in an advanced position. But again, FC20 just deal with anything we throw at them quite easily and quite comfortably. So yeah, obviously as a second division Swiss side, we've got a long way to go before we can challenge anybody decent in Europe. And Goal Azer, who was a culprit in that opening league game against Arau, he's just got himself sent off. Well, we're still going for it. You've got to give us credit for that. We've kept going all the way to the final whistle. Can we get a goal here? Yes, we can. The youngster Jokic taps in, but it's offside. So that's it. Our European campaign, our first one, is already over. And look at that. If we'd gone through, we would have had a tie with Fiorentina next. But all right, that's the start to life with FC Vaduz. So I hope you liked the episode. Make sure you drop a like on the video, show your support, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We'll be continuing this with episodes every week as we try to build up both the club and the country. And next time we'll take charge of our first national team games as we complete the Nations League campaign.